I don't think the election was actually...
What are the people saying?
And 5 local governments out of the 13 local governments is more than many states in the north.
The economy is booming. Where is the economy booming? Bomb blast in Abuja.
Don't you have security?
Why are we fighting?
Presidency should not just sit in Abuja or in Asokoro or wherever he lives.
They're not sponsoring the Boko Haram. They're not there.
Men cannot be there and be there at the same time.
The life of the citizens, community need to be protected.
It can't work out.
Bring the message of peace. Let there be proper devolution of power from the center. The center is too powerful.
The People, only on Core TV News.
Yes, thank you very much. It's time for Core Digest again, and I'm sure you're ready for us as well. It's a wonderful morning, and I will say to you that coming on the program this morning, I felt a little flustered as I was, in the discussion with Gifts earlier on. I did not sleep well. And psychologists tell you when you're not sleeping well, something is wrong with your mind. Oh, at least it's not the head. So I tend to rationalize what is wrong when we don't sleep well. Take this picture. Yesterday, the parents, or is it 2 days ago? Well, yesterday, 2 days ago, the parents of the Chibok girls were made to face the television screen where some of their children were. Did they go to sleep? Psychologists will tell you what they are thinking about. Maybe they know, maybe you know. What would any parents think after about a month your child's been missing and suddenly she's been paraded on television for you to see? The horror of it is enough to make any parent truly wonder. Will psychologists, philosophers, doctors, medical, herbalists, parents, preachers, what will they be thinking? Even you, as you saw those pictures, what have you been thinking? And that's the trend of our discussion this morning. Because the video, the doubts, the hope, the expectations of it is what we are looking at. And our guest this morning, no other than somebody, she's been here before, a darling of the station, and of course to all young men who've gone through her, a university lecturer, retired, I must say, Professor Sophie Oluwole. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
We have as well Wilcox Alesta, who is a public affairs analyst, also a chartered accountant. Well, where money is involved, we'll think, because there is something called negotiation that is we're about to explore. Ms. Wilcox, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Yeah, you're welcome to the program this morning, and we're looking at Boko Haram, as it were. Of course, it's been in the news for some time now. They abducted schoolgirls in Chibok. Now, I'll come to you, Prof. And now, the video that you saw, the parents have been made to identify their children, and a whole lot have been identified. What do you think the effect would be on these parents?
I am sorry, the question is actually, to me, not the right question. What I think is not necessarily what a father and mother will think. You see, we always make the mistake of taking an example. I may feel good, I may feel bad. That's a personal thing. How many mothers? 200. Let us imagine what some of them will think and so. Some will laugh. Some will jump up and say, thank God, my daughter is alive. Because many of them thought that children were dead. Some will sleep well for the first time. Some will not sleep well. Some will say, yes, my daughter is there, I don't know what is happening to her. So she will panic. Some will say, as long as she's alive, my hope in Jesus Christ will make sure that she comes home. So you can't tell me what all the mothers will think. Some mothers will feel happy. Some mothers will feel sad. Some mothers will go into agony. Some mothers will sleep soundly. Depends on. And we are not the same. Human beings are different. We react differently to situations. So those of us in philosophy, I have always blamed us for being theorists. You want to rationalize, flatten everything else. Nothing is flat. Nature is not flat.
Now, the federal...
So my answer is that some parents will feel good, some will feel bad.
Some will feel bad. Now, there is the issue of negotiating with these terrorists, because they have said, yes, we have your girls, you have our men. You give us our men and we'll give you your girls.
I don't specify the kind of negotiation. What I'm worried about is negotiation. What is bad about negotiation? I know the general answer. It is morally wrong.
Morally?
That's what they say. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care a hoot about morality. My concern is about the lives of those children. And I will say, anything it takes to save their life, negotiation or non-negotiation, to me, cannot be wrong. Because suppose you fail to negotiate and they determine to kill all the girls, will you think that you have made the right choice? I am not recommending negotiation. But to me, if I'm in position to negotiate to save the lives of 200, I will do it, because life is greater than negotiation.
Mr. Wilcox, do you agree? Should the government be negotiating at this point?
Well, I'm delighted to be in the same panel with the erudite professor. I've been wanting to meet her for a long time because I've seen her. But I didn't even recognize her when we were at the reception. Madam, thank you very much for an opportunity to meet you again. And I think I can learn a lot from her wealth of experience, even after the set. For me, really, some things are not really clear, even at this point. Now, the whole gamut of suspicion surrounding this whole concept of Boko Haram is still not very clear in the minds of many Nigerians. Some are saying there is more to it than we're seeing. A lot of people are still very, very skeptical as to the fact that who are these real Boko Haram? You know, there are various schools of thoughts. Some are saying, oh, the government is the Boko Haram, the government of the day. Some are saying the opposition is the Boko Haram. Some are saying the religious extremists are the Boko Haram. Some are saying the downtrodden, economic deprived segment of the north is the Boko Haram. Now, and if you have followed sequentially, so I'll come to answer your question. If you have followed sequentially, all that has been going on, government ineptitude or incapacity, or either willfully or unwittingly, incapacity to have dealt with this situation, that has made this group to have come to this level, then one will not be clear to say, are we really negotiating with the right sort of people? Or is it just one of those kites that is being flown? Now, let me just take you back. Remember when when some communities were destroyed, Baga and some of those ones, there was no international outcry, so everything died down in Nigerian way. Now, when the federal government college scenario came to fall, when boys were slaughtered, remember some girls were also taken away.
Yes.
Now, in our own Nigerian way, we played it down. I mean, it's as business as usual. So that is why I'm saying the government ineptitude. Now, when this Chibok happened, the government still played it down. And nobody knew what was happening to those girls, where the girls were. Apart from those that escaped. Nobody knew what was happening. Until 3 weeks, about 17 to 18 days thereafter, for the international community to now begin to ask questions, what is happening in this place? At this part of the civilized world, that you have people, kids, girls, adopted, and for 17 days, the government does not seem to do anything. And the hierarchy, Senator McCain said, non-existing government. And it could not happen anywhere. And then when the international outcry came up, now somebody say want to negotiate. So are you not seeing that there are some things really, really not straight?
Are you suggesting that the government should not negotiate?
No. My position is, are we negotiating with the right? What is the
let's not be ambivalent about certain issues.
Because now, like the professors have said, negotiation is morally wrong with criminals. The American says they don't negotiate with terrorists, but don't get it twisted, they do. They do negotiate at the back, but from a position of strength. You don't negotiate when you're at a position of weakness. Even in Afghanistan today, the government does negotiation. Even when they are still having their military offensive, they still have those. That's why you have hostage negotiators. counter-terrorist experts.
Don't we have any of such in our territory?
You don't have.
We
The
don't
truth is
have.
you don't have. If
What
you
would
have,
you say?
will have get beyond this. You wouldn't have gone to this level.
Sorry, sir.
Now,
Which is your territory?
The territory, the Nigerian state.
Nigerian country.
The Nigerian state.
Did you listen to him?
I've heard him.
Can you come and tell me today who are the Boko Harams?
Don't they know?
I hope if they do know, they have not told us.
that's the truth. If they do know, because there are so many things. Now, let us even take the history from 2010. No, after the death of their first leader,
Yes.
2009. Now, it was easy for when President Jonathan ascended the throne, through all the, we know what happened there on that corner. He came on the throne. And then, due to their own party machinery or whatever happened in their party, they have squabbles as to who will merge and all whatnot. Of course, Boko Haram was still operating. But it was easy for the government then, because of, I assume certain statements they said some Northerners made. Maybe people like Kaita or so.
Yes.
Based on PDP internal wrangling. That had nothing to do with the general public, public. PDP internal wrangling. Now, it was easy for the government to now say, oh, Boko Haram is a creation of the North against the South. It's a creation of Muslims against Christians. It's those who don't want Jonathan to have a free reign. Those who are against Jonathan. It was easy for the government to be selling those kites to Nigerians. And unfortunately, most people, I didn't buy it. Most people bought it. Most weak minds, I would call them weak minds, bought it because one thing I've explained in this country, we don't analyze issues. We just follow the crowd. No, the North is against Jonathan. Therefore, it was easy for us to tag Boko Haram as a northern creation against Jonathan, a minority. Forgetting the fact that Jonathan is not the first man. I'm from South. I'm from River State. That Jonathan is not the first minority to rule this country. Gowon was a minority. Abacha was a minority. The first prime minister was a minority. So, but when you put everybody in one basket, you think that they are all from majority. No, Jonathan is not the first minority. President Jonathan is not the first minority. But it was easy for the government to say, oh, it was Boko Haram was the creation of the. But then when the bombing starts, first they bombed the UN building, and there doesn't seem to be any serious action.
Let me hold you there because yes, I appreciate the history of that. But let's go to analyzing because you're analyzing and being very objective about this thing.
Yes,
let's come to that video. Let's come to that video.
Okay.
What did you see?
Well, the video is real from early intent. It's real. It's real. It must have been where that video was shot. I don't know, and it takes our experts to know where the video was. So the doubt that the government and its agents and mercenaries were creating initially that was there even a kidnap when high-ranking government officials like governors, even up to the allusion to the first lady, if there was really a kidnap, at least that would have cleared it up. That at least there was a kidnap, and that those girls are, as we see them, those girls are real. They are not. What I would
They're
call,
not a phantom.
They're not the phantom. It was real. So that now has. So who is the Boko Haram? Those questions must be answered.
What I'm looking at, these are girls who had been incarcerated.
Exactly.
Forcefully.
Exactly.
In the past 20 so much
almost
days, 27 days.
Almost a month.
27
now.
days.
Yes.
Now, with 27 days, do these ones look like flustered? Do they play the psychology here? Because my erudite mom does not like psychology. But here we are. These are girls the nation is looking at, and every one of them abducted. They're hoping to go back up. Look at their face. Does this look like a worried leg?
Can I come in?
Yes, ma'am.
He has given us speculations about who Boko Haram are.
Yes.
And I think one of the popular ones that they are Muslims.
Yes.
So you see, those girls, are they Christian the way they dress of Muslims?
Well, they're dressed like Muslims.
They're dressed like Muslims. And they're being captured by Muslims, according to your own theory of Muslim. Two, they find how they look there, robust, happy, smiling. Nobody wants them there.
True.
It's not a question of whether they are well treated or they are tortured or not tortured. The question is that they don't belong where they are now. They should be with their parents.
So why are we blaming the government?
Blaming the government? Because
Yes.
the government believes that they should stay where they are.
They don't even believe they exist.
The question, I'm asking the question, do they think that these children should be where they are? If the answer is no, what have they done so far? Now you see, he has said something. Tell me one country, Israel, one of the strongest, so they claim. Have they never negotiated? I think the problem with us as Africans is that we don't have a mind of our own.
I'll come back to you, ma'am. But let me have you answer that initial question as it has to do with negotiating. Should there be any form of negotiation? Yes. We really do not know who the Boko Haram people are. But again, there is a video, and Abubakar Shekau, as we have identified him to be the leader for now, has said, yes, we have your girls and we want them in exchange for our men.
Yes, we should negotiate. It's painful for me to come to this level. But you see, the circumstances under which we find ourselves right now is that you are dealing with persons who have decided to, who do not again have a mind to live. That is why they can go and do suicide bombing. We never thought that Nigerians can have persons that will do suicide bombing. It is near with us now. Now, we can negotiate, but not from the position we are the weakest point right now.
So right
at
now,
this point, we are the weakest point.
We are the weakest point.
As far as Boko Haram is concerned. Yes.
And our girls are there and we want them back.
Good.
And you're saying we should negotiate.
Yeah, we should negotiate,
now,
but from a position of strength. Now you need.
How do we get to that level?
Now you need more information.
Who is in a position of strength?
Boko Haram, because they are holding the age right now. They have 200. They have 200 and such of 234 of your children. That we do not, for whatever reason, we would not want any of them to be hurt. We want every one of them to come back to their parents. Now, you are having about 100 of their men. I don't know how many you are having. Okay? Now, what I'm saying in the position of strength is the fact that you need to get to the point of cornering these persons to a place where you can confine them. Right now, they have a free reign.
How do we go about that?
And that is why the international dimension right now, if you go to rescue those children, because it has taken long. If you go to, if you take a command, I'm not a military person, neither am I a military analyst or a military intelligence officer. But from from what I can see now, if you go to say military to rescue those children, where they might be, because these terrorists they are not dons. They have first-hand information. Like the government said that the president said they inflated his government, so they're in the armed forces, they're in the everywhere. So if you go now to say you want to go and rescue those children in the commando-like style, you might cause more collateral damage. Out of 230, so you might lose 100.
Ma'am, in a situation like this, you did mention Israelis. We've seen cases like Entebbe raid.
Yeah.
We've seen this happen in Mogadishu. We've seen it in Kigali. Why are we so peculiarly different?
You are peculiarly because you lack the rationality to think rationality.
Rationality?
That is repeating myself. Who told you that when the Israelis were going to Entebbe, they were not negotiating?
They were.
To keep the devil down.
Exactly.
To pretend that, yes, I will do what you want.
Exactly.
And you are trying your own alternative.
Exactly.
I think we are so stupid. I'm sorry, including Professor Oluwole. We are too superficial. No, what I'm saying, I will negotiate with you. I say, my love, you want to, I will give you your children. I will continue. We'll be on the table. Before you know it, my children are back in Nigeria.
Exactly.
I will draw your attention. But when I tell you I'm not negotiating, I will kill all your children tomorrow morning.
Exactly. That's the position.
We are too naive. There's no idea where I said it last time or getting the idea. You know, it's a matter of intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
When, I think it was Egyptians, they have a radar.
Yes.
That's supposed to capture any plane
that overflies their territory.
Israel was negotiating with them. But Israel brought a plane, got down the radar, carried the radar and the 60 people watching it, and flew everything to Tel Aviv. I said, okay, can we continue negotiation? They said, no, your people are here. Even Nigeria can do that, I will negotiate.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. For a position of strength.
Yes, but you see, by the time you are negotiating, it's not like fighting somebody. You are gauging him in something he's thinking of, and he thinks it's successful. He may relax. I will strike. But if you are not too sure, you kill your children now. So to say, actually, I think it is dangerous to say we are not negotiating. You are waking a sleeping giant. Keep them sleeping. Negotiate. Take a team to negotiate. Before the end of negotiation, I think this will not be heard by Boko Haram. Before the end of negotiation.
We are dealing with the devil and the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, I know. So if you are saying I'm negotiating, yes, I will be negotiating with you. But before you finish negotiating.
But don't you think the Boko Haram also have their own strategy?
No, they do. They do. And as I said, they are not done.
If they have their own strategy, does it prevent you from having mine?
Now, what's the implication of negotiating?
Implication for whom?
What's the implication for Nigeria, for us as a country, for negotiating with terrorists?
The morality of negotiation is that you are saying that you are weak. Are you not weak? What pride do you have? You are not negotiating. If you want to say, I mean, 12 people I cannot concede, I cannot. And you are worse than that. You are not doing anything.
But we have the foreigners here to help us.
Look, that is
which foreigners?
No, okay. Where do they stand in all of this?
No,
Should they just sit back and watch us begin to negotiate?
Number one, you don't even have the capacity to negotiate because number one, like I've pointed out, what is the level of trust and confidence within even the circle of those who are negotiating? Like now, I have said it. We don't know. I'm not, except somebody or the government, anybody knows better than we do. We don't even know who to trust or who is who. People are blaming the Borno State governor. Oh, he knows too much. Kashim, he's part of Boko. Like somebody arrogantly, I would call it stupidly, said this in one of these stations that he should be arrested. The president should arrest him and he should say all that you know. For goodness sake, the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and terrorism is not a state. Terrorism is not a state matter. It's a national. In fact, it's an international matter. And a governor finds himself in such a weak position because he doesn't have control of the army, now doesn't have control of the police. And if the man is even volunteering information, you're saying he should be arrested because he know for what you know, for what you know. That is stupidity. Now you have a governor of the state. We have allowed this matter to get to the level where it is now a free for all. The levels of mistrust has grown. So I can't even trust that whoever you are negotiating team or even their negotiating team can be trusted by anybody. So we're even better off with the foreigners around. Whatever team, because right now we don't even have national pride. There is no way a country can leave people kidnapped. Like Mommy said, the Israelis, the moment the plane was hijacked, there was a contact. There was immediate contact. There was discussion with Idi Amin himself. Idi Amin was talking, arrogantly boasting. Talking, they were negotiating with him. But they were also doing their own plan. Now, if within the first week that this incident took place, and they will get this offer of negotiation, then we'll be talking that, okay, something comes. For all you know, these children might not even be in the same location. They might have been scattered all over the place. That is obvious because those they are not done. So it's good to negotiate, but you must negotiate, like I said, from a position of strength, so that if negotiation fails, you can also have the second arm.
My problem is that all these theories are far. We were brought up in Western education.
Indeed.
And the only thing we believe is theory. Our traditional education was functional.
It's not functional.
Was functional.
Was functional. Oh, traditional education was functional.
I was not a young man of 15 who said he has nothing to do. He does not know anything to do. You come out of university, BA philosophy, what does it qualify you to do? Nothing. That is the state of this country. You have a government. What can your government do? What does it do? And you are talking of foreigners. The foreigners are coming, and you are not ashamed. No, I can respect Israel. I can respect that. But if you think that we are created by the same God and endowed with the same rationality, for God's sake, I can ask for assistance, but not to declare that I'm impotent. You are acting from a position of impotence, self-declared impotent. We cannot do anything. You need to help us. You are waiting for you. Africa is waiting for Africans.
But
I am not saying, please, the Yoruba people have a say. When I have something to take, I lift it. I try to take, please let me to lift it. You are indolent, you are sleeping, you are not doing anything, and you are calling people to come and help you. Help me means I am already trying, I'm doing something.
Exactly.
It is too difficult. What are you doing?
Are we saying that this administration, as it were, as it has to do with Boko Haram, is not doing anything whatsoever? Let's not forget that.
I'm not saying so, but I want you to tell me what they are doing. What have they done?
Let's not forget that we had emergency rule in 3 of the northern states.
For 1 year. For 1 year. For 1 year. Tell me how many people has been murdered within that 1 year.
No, what I mean, that emergency. What the substitute of the government that you removed?
Now, let's say that, yes, the government has failed in all of this, and we have called for public help, as it were, to come help us with this menace of Boko Haram. And now we're saying, let us negotiate. Let us bring the girls back. If we do bring the girls back, what next? Should Boko Haram be something that has come to live with us forever?
Madam, can you separate two things? Boko Haram has been here for a long time. The girls, one is a singular incident. When the girls go, Boko Haram will continue to say, I now want you to mix the two together. Please bring my girls back.
Basics.
Whether Boko Haram continues or not, that's I separate the problem. We are not saying because
the actuality on ground is just to bring the girls back.
Boko Haram here, it will continue. Whether you take the girl, yes, for God's sake, it may continue. Bring my girls back. That is a particular occasion. You see, when you have these theories of morality and cheating, you are not addressing the issue. The burning issue, bring these girls back. Whether I know Boko Haram, I don't know them, whether they are fake, whether they are genuine, those are stride attractions, distractions. I want the girls back.
Do you agree with that?
And without that, we include them at whatever price.
At whatever cost.
I listen to the president of the Senate today. They cannot negotiate it. Absolutely, they will be killing the girls. What moral pride do you have? That you are so, I want to be morally respected for not negotiating. You are worse than negotiation. Negotiation is not your pride. Your pride is that you are impotent. And that's not the pride. Impotency is not the pride. What are you covering up by not negotiating? A poor man who is not able to do something and they offer him the best he can do, which he had the capacity to do. Nigeria will not tell me that they don't have the capacity to do. They are refusing what they can do and they have nothing to do. I think it's a zero sum and it's fair.
Now, let's take another dimension because we're watching the girls now. Some organization, in fact, the Christian organization of Nigeria, Kaduna State Branch, did say all these girls must be returned to school with a cash donation or cash restitution of 50 million each. Now we are monetizing this. What does that say to you, ma'am?
You know, traditionally, negotiation is a question of bringing money. No, they are not asking for money now.
They're not asking for money. They're asking for other criminals to be out on the road.
They said that they were asking for money, and I think we gave them money, they will buy more arms.
Yes, supposedly.
They forget it. Whether you give them money or not, they will continue to buy arms. Now, what you have said now is a very fundamental issue. I think one of the problems we have in this country, we are monetizing everything.
Everything.
Religious, monetized, whether Christian or Muslim. Politics is monetized. Even your morality is monetized. You can't buy it. And the question is, where's your conscience? Which is a five-way cry for money. Do you have respect for life and human life? We are talking of human life and existence here. We are talking, actually, all everybody says that they are forgetting that we are talking of the lives of these children. And life is not negotiable. There is no alternative to life. You are talking of politics, relationship, the lives of 200 people. Please, how are you buying that life? So, it is life we should be thinking of, the safety of the girls, that they exist.
Now we know.
Now we know that they are alive. Can we get the lives back? The alternatives you are giving me is that no, you can forget the lives of this guy. For morality's sake, for pride's sake, for politics' sake, I don't know. Forget the girls. That's what we are saying.
Indeed, we will continue with, on that trend at the second segment, because it is important for us to know what is negotiable here. Is it the lives of the girls, or the pride of the nation, or the pride of our next elected government. Let's wait for it. After the news, we'll be right back on Core Digest. But don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Our Facebook is Core TV News, and follow us on our Twitter handle that is Core TV News NG, and you can watch our show on YouTube. That's YouTube, www.youtube.com/Core TV News. You can see my very nice face and, of course, Gift and Mama. And
of course, we'll be back with more of this after the news. The news comes up at 10 o'clock. And so, in the meantime, we'll take a break. When we come back, the news, and afterwards, we'll continue with this Core Digest. Stay with us.
Core TV News, expanding your view.